for joining us today. It is honor to have you here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Even I feel delighted to be here.
Thank you. Let's begin the interview by asking you an interesting question. Let's begin the interview. The very first question I would like to ask you is that can you share a bit about your background and how you first became how you became interested in writing?
Yes, sure. I would love to answer that question. As you asked about my background. So I spent early years of my life at various places due to my father's job, and I began to write stories and poems from my childhood period. But as I grew, it inspired me to write various essays and articles on social and political issues, and that is how my passion for writing culminated.
Okay, it's an interesting to know that you are very going in different places.
Yes.
Okay, it's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the second question I would like to ask you that your writing often reflects a deep connection for social issues. Could you tell us about a cause that particularly close to your heart?
Yes, sure. Interesting question. Thank you for asking me. I always particularly passionate about writing the social and political issues and economical issues and human rights about the people. And if you are asking about one particular cause that close to my heart, which is the globalization and its effect on marginalized communities. So from that particular incident, it inspired me to write about the social issues. And I can say that with the help of my writings, as an activist person, I want to promote a more equal society.
Like it's an interesting thing, whenever we read your works or whenever we read your novels or anything,
Yes.
we could find that you are writing about society, and yes, for a good cause you are writing.
I love to write about the social and political issues that human beings are suffering in our society.
Like from your works, we can find that society or a people or a human behavior, what kind of they are doing in society. Yes, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so now I would like to ask you a third question, which is based on your novel. What inspired to write the novel, The God of the Small Things?
Okay. When I observed the social and cultural dynamics in Kerala, where I spent time of my childhood period and later, I saw the complexities of caste system, class, and even family relationships in Indian society, and all that observations lead me in writing my debut novel, The God of Small Things. And one thing I would like to add is that The God of Small Things novel is heavily draws from my own experiences, which I have seen in Kerala, and that inspired me a lot that I should write this novel, The God of Small Things. So yeah, you can say that that particular incident, my observations in Kerala, that inspired me to write The God of Small Things novel.
Yeah, I know that it is a very interesting novel to read also. Like when we read this kind of work, which is inspired by personal experience, it is very good, or we can say a better book. Okay. Okay. So now I would like to ask you a fourth question, which is, are there any author or literary works that have influenced your writing style or perspective?
Yes, I cited several literary works and authors that have influenced me in my writing style as well as my perspective. And one of the notable influences on me is Gabriel Garcia Marquez, who was a Colombian novelist, and his ability to blend the ordinary with extraordinary. So he influenced, and his writing influenced me a lot. And along with that, the works of such authors like William Faulkner, Leo Tolstoy, and Virginia Woolf, their writings also inspired me. So I think that authors and their literary works, which I have seen them as my inspirations.
Okay, yes, Virginia Woolf and Faulkner are very
Yes.
great writers of that time. Yes, we
Yes.
can say that. Yes. So now my fifth question is that, like, how do you balance your roles as a writer, as an activist?
Yes, lovely question you asked. And you know what happened is that it is always very difficult to keep a balance between the two roles. But I balance my role as a writer and as an activist by intervening literary creations with social concern. And I used my writing as a platform. To spread awareness in the people that are living in the society, and that is how I manages my both the roles as a writer and as an activist.
Like, I know that you are very good in that kind
Yes.
of thing. Like, you have faced many things
Yes.
while your book was published.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Roy, for sharing your insights with us today. It has been pleasure to talking to you.
It was an amazing experience for me as well, and thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.